world. Without risk, there is no possibility for success. I'm telling you, my brothers, yeah, now. It was 1956 when Jah planted the seed and I came on the scene.
Greetings all my Zambian Massive. This is yours, Freddie Big Ship McGregor. And I'm happy to be a part of this group, and I'm looking forward to talking to you all next week, Saturday. I think it's 9 o'clock your time, it's 3 p.m. my time. Love Africa, love Zambia, love the people there. I'm really surprised to know that my music is so popular there. Just hoping for the day when I'll get the opportunity to perform there too. So just take care of yourself, be the best you can. God bless you, and we love you. See you next week. Freddie McGregor. Yes, greetings. Yes, thank you. Thank you for loving the music. I've never been to Zambia, and but I really look forward to coming there next year. We're hoping that things sort out where the virus is concerned, so we can put our African tour together, because this is really important for us to do this, because I'm the one to say, Africa, here I come. Africa is my motherland, and we really look forward any and every time to performing for the people in Africa, spreading the message of love, peace and unity across the world. So yes, thanks for that. I know a lot about Africa. Zambia in particular. I don't know a lot about Zambia. I don't have a lot of friends there, but I don't know I have a lot of fans there, and they are my family. But I really do look forward to, look forward to coming there. I was discovered by two friends, Ernest Wilson, Peter Austin, who were already members of a group called the Clarendonians. We lived in the same community, and that's how we got hooked up as friends. And from there on, we started out, and we really never looked back. Well, that's a great question, but see, I left Clarendon when I was very young, 7 years old. And I went to Kingston in search of a career. But the plan was really to help my mother, because in Jamaica, life is pretty much like some parts of Africa where we lived. And so it was a struggle. I didn't see how my mother was going to be able to go through. So I journeyed out, and I wanted to go on this mission, praying and hoping that God would help me to achieve a career in music. And He did. I ended up at Coxsone Studio One. And from there on, it just escalated. And here I am today doing the same thing over and over. Well, I really don't know that I have a favorite album. Of my 40th album, I don't know. I mean, the ones that people love and think are the greatest. I may love some that are maybe not so popular. But there are always songs on some albums that just sits there, and people sometimes don't get the chance to really go through them. And those are songs that mean a lot to me. Like, for example, I have an album called Across the Border. I have some great songs on there. And but people love the ones that have become popular. But I love all my albums because I try to make good music. When I make the albums, I always hope that somebody out there will love it. And so far, I've been successful. So enough thanks to you all. I got into the studio at a young age because I went here with Ernest Wilson and Peter Austin, who were already members of the Clarendonians group. So it was easy for me. I didn't have to go through a lot of auditions like many people did. Yeah, like I said, my challenges were mostly like just trying to get there, just trying to make it. Because music is something that music don't really have any guarantee. There's nothing that says you must make it in music. I see that every day. So my thing was to help my parents, because we come from a poor family, and I just wanted to do music so I could earn a living, so I could help my parents, and that worked out for me. Thanks to Mr. Dad, his wife, and the people who supported me at Studio One. Yes. Garnet and I became close because I loved Garnet as a cultural artist. I went to Ethiopia and I brought back some literatures, and I actually gave him and Tony Rebel some because I thought I needed to share the knowledge with people, and so that in itself worked. But my closest friends were like Dennis Brown, Gregory, and those people, because we came from the same era, really. But Garnet is a great youth. Love him dearly. I have no doubt that Zambia is a wonderful place. I can't wait to get there. I've always wondered, sometimes how come promoters are doing festivals in these countries and they never reach out to certain artists, the people who can really come there and spread the love, set the tone, set the trend. Because we have to be careful with some of the younger artists. They're preaching guns, they're preaching violence, and we don't want those things to take over Africa. So the African promoters need to look at the more solid cultural artists who really can mean something to their country and to the kids and the generation, as opposed to just hype and fame and all of that stuff. So yes, but I know I'll get to Zambia one day. My favorite artists are some of the ones you just named. Dennis Brown and I are the closest, followed by Gregory Isaacs. John Holt is gone, so Barris is the only one left. We're not as close as we should be, because we used to be close. But, everybody has their work cut out to do, and he's doing his work, I'm doing my work. But, a lot of my good friends are gone. We have some good ones here, and we cherish them. And I just try to work with the youths, because the youths love me, they look up to me. These kids come into music, and they come into music, and they see Freddie McGregor. They respect Freddie McGregor and his music. So I just love to be a part of what they do and encourage them as much as I can, too. It goes both ways. But also, if you notice, you will realize that there's no one in music today that is still consistent, that has my longevity from 1963 to 2020. That's a long time. Check the figure, check the history. There's a lot to be said, but I am writing my book, and I'm almost sure in my book a lot of things will come out. So I give thanks. They are my good friends, and they are some of the greatest people around. That much I can tell you. Nice, wonderful brethren. Miss them greatly too. Yes, I play everything except wind, because it tells me to write and arrange my songs the way I want to. If you can't play an instrument, I can imagine it must be difficult hearing something in your head and not able to do it. So yes, I learned to play instruments. I play drum, bass, keyboard, guitars. I just don't play any wind instrument. And the one I love most is drums, because that's what I play the best. That is a great question, but maybe the most difficult one for me, because I don't know. It's difficult for me to say. When I make songs, I just make them with the hope that people will love them. But at the end of the day, what do I know? What can I say? I don't know. I honestly don't know which is my favorite song. It would be unfair for me to say. There are songs that have become popular that people love, but that not necessarily my favorite song. Some of my favorite songs are sitting on some albums somewhere where a lot of people might not even know them. But it's great that people love them just the same. So I'm happy in terms of that. Yes. Yes, funny you should mention Guantanamera, because I just re-recorded Guantanamera in Spanish with Charlie Blacks. It's a collab, and it turns out really, really nice. So I'm really looking forward to that one. I'm working on a new CD. We're finishing up that for next year. We have no set release date, and we're not going after Grammy and all of that stuff. I'm just trying to make some good songs that people can enjoy forever. Grammy only come 1 year at a time. Great music come all the time. So we're making a new album. We're not rushing, we're taking our time. And Guantanamera will be featured on the album with me in Spanish, Charlie Blacks in Patois. And the rest of the album will be dope, I can tell you. There's new tracks like Ballin', If God Is For Us, Who Can Be Against Us? A new single with myself and a kid called Brahma. It's called Big Tune. And those videos are also available, so you can go check those out. Well, Donovan Jermaine wasn't in the studio when we produced Just Someone to Be Lonely. It was myself and Robbie Lynn. And then Dean Fraser came in and helped me with the vocals and put the saxophone on and stuff. So Jermaine really didn't produce that song. He was credited as producer, but at the time we just gave people who book studio time production credit. And they're not honest. A lot of them are not honest enough to give people real credit either. But, it's a great song. It's one of my top-selling songs, which I never got paid for either. And life goes on. Well, at the time I was signed to a label called Ras Records, and I wanted to write a song about airport and stuff, because I was just flying like every week, 3-4 times a week. I'm always traveling. So I was kind of thinking I want to make a song that has to do with airport. And that's how the concept of that song came up. I was leaving Washington, D.C. to fly to Kingston, and when I boarded Air Jamaica flight, I had a window seat and I had some time to spare, and I thought, why don't I just use this time to write a song? And then the whole idea of the airport thing came up, and I'm longing to see you. I want to know how you've been doing over yonder. I'm going to catch this flight, and when I reach my destination, hope you'll be smiling. But as it turned out, sometimes I write songs, it doesn't necessarily have to do with me, but I know people are in those situations and they relate to it. So as a writer, you have to be broad in your mindset to capture other people's imagination and their real life situations too. But that's one of the songs that stands out for me, Push Come to Shove. I actually played the intro. I was just browsing through the keyboard trying to find a sound, and we came up on that sound, and I was like to the engineer, hey, go back to that sound. And he played it again, and I said, let's record this. And I did bum 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 ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da, bum bum come, and the rest is history. Well, in the early years, just before I built my studio, I was producing Luciano, Tiger, Papa San, Stitchy, Wailing Souls, Limey Morris, and a whole bunch of artists. And we did a lot of production. But basically, I am very comfortable producing my material. I think starting next year, you'll see me producing other things by other people. But right now, I'm just concentrating on my new album, get that out of the way. Then we'll move on to producing other artists, of course. Yes, give thanks. Ballin' is a really nice song. Dalton and I were in the studio and listening to the track and decided to go and write a song. I said, Dalton, what we're going to write about? And I said, hey, I could just write about what going on the road right now. And the whole idea came from Ballin'. And we just slowly wrote the song and got it together. And as it is now, wonderful song. Everybody's loving this song. So that's a great vibe. I'm thankful to it. No, all my songs, all my cultural songs are made with one intention. Africa, Here I Come. Africa, Here I Come is one of my popular songs and one of the songs I love the most because it speaks to my mission. As we speak right now, me and my daughter and my sons, we're looking to head to Africa to try and get involved with some investments. So we're definitely heading out to Africa next year. Not staying in the West, and we're not going down with the West. So yes, it was made. The inspiration was repatriation. Thanks. Yeah, that was a nice song. I produced that song for Shima on her album. I wanted her mom to be in that song. That was a great inspiration. Shima wrote the song, my daughter. Sister Judy is fine. She's working. She's working on a gospel album right now. Everybody's doing their stuff. But she's fine as far as everything else. And, have to give thanks. She's one of the stalwarts. She's always working. She and Sister Marcia Griffiths. And we love and respect those people. So, but everything is good where that is concerned. Yes, so also I want to say thanks for today, when it started out, maybe I didn't understand quite how we were going to do it, but I certainly hope it turned out right and everybody heard the answers to the questions and, we can do this again. We can do this again. And I really love you guys. I really love the fact that you took the time to do this. I thank you very much. Rastafari guide and protect you. And certainly hope I come to Africa one day to perform right there in Zambia, give thanks again and God bless you all. I'm a longing to see you. I wanna know how you've been doing over in Zambia. I'm gonna catch this flight, and when I reach my destination, champion the crew smiling, love you. And then the big ship sailing on the ocean, champ for them no want no commotion. And then the big ship sailing on the ocean. And Zambia, if that is not enough, this is it. I don't mind when you say that you're going away. Just don't wanna be lonely. I'd rather be loved needed, depended on to give a love I can't give. When you're gone, just don't wanna be lonely. I look forward to come to Zambia. Love you, massive. Champion the crew. Enough love, enough respect.